Hi, everybody. I'm Coach Tiffany North, she, her pronouns. I help people heal their relationship with food and their body. So I have another confessions video for you today, and this one's going to be really casual. Today, I'm going to talk to you about sex. So, confession, my sex life is so much better since I have healed my relationship with food and my relationship with my body. And I wanted to talk about this because I was realizing the other day that the majority of my clients are not feeling satisfied with their sex lives, and they're not feeling like they're getting enough pleasure and satisfaction in their life. And this is even clients who've worked with me for some time. So sex seems like it's kind of a last frontier for some people. And for myself personally, I've always been relatively neutral about sex in terms of like I didn't have a lot of shame or stigma around it, which I know many people do, and that's something that is important to have support to work through. But for myself, there were definitely periods of times where I was not feeling good about my body. And even though I have a relatively high sex drive, I did not want to be touched by my partner, and I didn't feel confident in my body. And it was really hard for me to relax into it and enjoy sex and receiving pleasure. So that's one of the ways that food and that body image issues disrupted my sex life. But I also think I was like malnourished and wasn't getting enough. I had an energy deficit. And then I also um, didn't have much energy because of that, right? So I wasn't really feeling very frisky or in the mood. And I was also so preoccupied around food and my body and dieting and, just obsessing about all of that, that sex and pleasure really kind of took a back burner and really wasn't a priority. So now I've healed my relationship with food. I eat in a way that feels easeful and brings me joy and satisfaction and pleasure. It feels nurturing and nourishing. I'm definitely in the more secure, if you follow the food attachment stuff that I do, category with that. And then in terms of body, I'm feeling comfortable in my body. I'm attuned to my body. I honor the sensations and the signals and the messages and the emotions that are present for me. I really care for myself on a deep level, and I'm in relationship with that. And so, how has this impacted my sex life? Well, first of all, I am pursuing partners that I feel really connected to, because I'm better able to honor my own intuition, my own instincts, what is important to me, right? I work towards relationships that are more satisfying. I'll confess I'm polyamorous. So when I say relationships, I mean multiple, potentially at a time, relationships. It's all consensual, by the way. And so I work towards relationships that are deeply satisfying for me and that really I feel cared for and supported and connected in. And that really helps because, I'm able to feel safe and relaxed with these partners. But I also feel more confidence. My self-esteem is better. I know that my value and my worth isn't tied to my appearance. And I know that it's okay to be a sexual being in the body that I'm in right now and own my sexuality. This is why I'm talking about this right now. It's not talked about enough. It's this kind of taboo thing. And for whatever reason, a lot of times, especially women, but I would say, folks of all genders, and maybe even especially people who are non-binary or people who are transgendered or certain people in certain cultures, people in differently abled bodies. We're kind of told like if you don't look a certain way, then you can't be a sexual being. You only can be sexual and enjoy sex and receiving pleasure if you meet this kind of like aesthetic. And that's just gross. Like, first of all, we're all sexual beings. The human race exists because we're sexual beings, right? It's a base human need to connect with other people in those ways. Now, some people are asexual or gray ace, and that means that for them, it often means that they don't experience desire or they don't want to have sex, and that's perfectly acceptable and okay. But I'm just speaking generally as a race, we do need sex. And most people do, many people do desire sex, even if they don't look like a goddess or a Ken doll, right? So recognize like it's okay to feel sexual. And that was part of healing my relationship with myself because I saw myself as a whole integrated being who wants to experience the full spectrum of human sensations and experiences. I want to have all the experiences, and there's nothing shameful or bad or wrong about that. So that's another way that healing my relationship with my body, my relationship with myself has improved my sex life. And then lastly, well, maybe not lastly, but additionally, becoming more in tune with my body, feeling more comfortable being in my body, feeling the sensations that are present has heightened my pleasure so much more. And I know my body so much better. I'm able to really tell partners what I enjoy and what parts of my body I enjoy being touched. For example, I really enjoy having my sides touched, which is not something that I ever would have known. I did work with a sex coach, Jessie Fresh. She's amazing. And she really helped me discover a lot of these things about myself and enhance my sex life. But if I hadn't done this healing work around my relationship with food and my relationship with my body, I don't think I would have felt really comfortable in connecting with another person in this way, making sex and pleasure a priority. I wouldn't have had the bandwidth or the um, energy for that as well. So it's worth it. Doing this healing work is so worth it. I've been talking lately about Tony Jones's song, Healing is Not My Purpose. And there's a couple of lines in there about pleasure and about satisfying your soul. And those are much more our purpose, right? And so I encourage you to go after the things that satisfy your soul, to really start to heal your relationship with food in your body so that you can um, have, a life that really is fulfilling and satisfying, including sexy times, if that's something that you desire for yourself. It's okay to want that. And I'd love to help you to do that healing work so that you can go after it. Feel free to email me, Tiffany at CoachTiffanyRN.com, and let me know how I can support you. Have a good day.